What's going on, guys? So, unfortunately, this is not Master Grade Monday because I'm still working on my Master Grade Ball or not Verka, version K or Kai, and so I wanted to show off the other thing that I've been building for my hashtag Balls for Balls build, and it is the new Bandai Spirits, technically, HARO Mobile HARO, and it is this cool, like almost HG sized new kind of mobile armor that you can plug a HARO into. Pretty awesome. So on the front here, we got an image of one here doing the thing. And you got another one back there, and you got three little HAROs flying around. Looks like the surface of Mars or something. That's pretty cool. You got the big HARO logo there. No glue required. Easy assembly. That's true. Bandai Spirits 2019. Gundam Build Divers thing there. Though unfortunately, it never showed up in Build Divers itself, but it's still pretty cool. Actual product may slightly vary, or very slightly from the images on the package. That's true, but let's keep looking. So you come to this side, and you've got HARO Mobile HARO. It says right there. And you've got HARO equipped with a body unit. Its name, Mobile HARO. And you got a large backpack and intricate details have been realistically recreated. That's kind of true. Now, if this thing actually did show up in the episode, I do not recall it. I did watch a lot of Build Divers. I don't recall ever seeing this thing, but they're talking about how it's being recreated, so that's the thing. Joints of the body can be flexibly articulated. Action poses can be enjoyed. Maybe it's from one of the mangas. I don't know. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. And the HARO, working as a head, can be attached and removed. That's pretty cool. And then you got the HARO by itself. And come over to this side, you got number 8 in the HARO line. HARO Mobile HARO, BandaiHobby.net. And cool recreation there. And Bandai Spirits logo there. And come to the final side, and you got HARO Custom something. Can't actually tell what that says in the background there. But you got the Mobile HARO right there, but you got the Build Hands Edge SML. So that's pretty cool. You can actually get that kit, which I did do. Should be here sometime soon. You got HG Build Custom, not the HGBC, by the way. And then you got the extra backpack and stuff like that from the Heavy Weapons and SV Special Weapons set. So those are different things. I did not buy that, but it's still a pretty cool set. You got all things down here. You got warning, do not stick a Mobile HARO in your 3-year-old's face because you really shouldn't. And you got the little guy with the toilet, says polybag right there. Doing all that noise. And Bandai Spirits. Where's my focus? Come on. Sorry, still using the old camera, guys. We'll talk about that later. There is no yen price down here because anything new just, frankly, doesn't have it. But it's a pretty cheap little thing. I think it was something about $10, $11, something like that. I don't really recall. I bought a couple of them. But you've got illustration is by Koma. Background image is by Saito Yoshinobu. A couple of my favorite artists. And even the new Mobile HARO. Still upside down. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so here we have the mobile HARO, and of course the new white version of the HARO itself. Out here, looking really, really cool. Now, this version, I basically did a straight build of. Now, I do have two of them. One got customized fairly thoroughly, which we will look at not today, but another day. I'm currently waiting on some more stuff to come in so I can finish that. But this is a very cool kit, guys. Very simple for the most part. I think the arms are the most complicated part. The body is pretty simple, mostly just a couple squeezed together parts. And then same thing down here with the hips. And then the backpack does look pretty sweet. We got these nice exhaust pipes coming up, some nice details, big old thruster, little tanks here that you can do many, many things with. But it's pretty neat. And for the most part, you get an extra version of a HARO. Little white one here with some black eyes. It looks pretty cool. It does tend to have some black arms and legs and stuff like that. I have not done anything with those. And if you own this kit and you wonder why that came out so easily, because I did actually round off the peg on the inside a little bit. Because honestly, the way it's engineered is that it is supposed to basically like peg and really stick. So it's really hard to get these things out from the factory things. But we've seen HAROs, more than a dozen times at this point. You can check this guy out. It's pretty cool. I like the light blue color there. Looks pretty good. And then you got that purplish gray color. You can see how the arm sockets work inside there. And looks pretty good. You just got the flip-floppy retainer there. And one thing you'll notice, guys, is there's some silver paint on here, just on the little nubs and bolts and stuff like that. Did not go, crazy. Just wanted to add a tiny bit of detail, especially here on the legs and on the arms and the little nubblies right there. Now, these are some nice pistons right in here on the arms. I did not highlight those this go around, but, it is what it is. One thing that's pretty neat about this kit is it is made for customization. So you've got holes all in here. You've got holes on the arms, you've got holes on the backpack, holes on the legs, and those are actually pretty much set to plug many different types of custom weaponry into. I've already seen people really going crazy. And if you remove these little doors, you've got some more holes. And then you've got these things here, which actually look like they were supposed to be hinged for something. So I assume in the future we're going to get more versions of this with some cool custom add-ons. That's definitely, I think that's a solid assumption, to be honest. But it's a neat set. So when you come to the arms, you've got some good rotation there for the shoulder, and you've got very infinite kind of movement that way, so you can really come up for a high teacher. Bicep rotation, single jointed elbow that is perfect. You can just do whatever. Surprisingly good and stiff as well. There's very few polycaps in this, mostly down here. Everything else is pretty much just on here. And the wrist is just a ball peg as such. So that's why you can use those extra hands on there. Now, before we get any further, I'm going to put the HARO back in because I wanted to show this off. Hopefully it'll work decently even with that. Technically, you can put one in upside down if you want. So it does just plug into the holes that are on the bottom and the side. They use the same thing, even the head, technically, or top of the head. And the AC unit is loud. So plug that back in. Now you come to the waist. If you rotate the waist, the HARO itself will turn. Now, like I said, mine is now loose in comparison, but if you have it without being modified, it will absolutely turn with the waist. I like that. So whichever direction the legs are going, you can do it. And of course, you can rotate it independently as well, like that. You can't really do any sideways rotation, but why would you? You can do perfect Jean-Claude, no problem. Kicks forward, no problem. Kicks, back, no problem. Thigh rotation's a little tight, but that's good. We want some tight joints. Single jointed knee, that good. And you got a ball joint mounted ankle, which is good on these big old clown feet, which I really actually kind of enjoy. He does need the bigger feet to balance out the big-headedness of it. So, I mean, and the backpack is a bit heavy and a bit off center, because the legs and everything are dead center of the body, so you kind of have to tilt him to give him some support. Now, for a quick comparison, There's Wally Meister, who doesn't normally come out for Gunpla things, but you know. Here it is, next to Figurized Mechanics HARO. You see the massive size difference. Here it is next to the MG ball that's not quite done yet. You can see, pretty cool. Basically showing off all balls for balls related things. And here it is next to a fairly recent HG Gunpla kit. As you can see, it's pretty tall for what it is. And of course, if you want to do something fun, you can bring in something like your HARO ball. You want to snag the gun off of his head, plug it into this one, like that. You can arm it up a little bit, or if you wanted to, you can totally just put that one in there. That's obviously not something you can't do. But if you're asking, no, there's nowhere to plug these ball joints in on this kit, because nothing is plugged in that way. Everything is a good solid connection. I mean, maybe, no, that's way too big. And it wouldn't, well, it might, hold on, let's see here. Playing with stuff on camera. That peg might work. Oh yeah, okay. So you can, if you take the poly cap off, you can technically plug that in and maybe make some use out of it. Of course, you don't have any rotation. Those arms are pretty much fixed in place. So that is what it is. But you can always mess around with it a little. Something like that. If you want it to just look cool but not really function. It really was meant for customization. And I really, honestly, like I said before, expect there to be custom versions of it, more add-ons, maybe come with some other weapons or something equipped. But yeah, it's a neat thing. Now hold on, let's see here. Let me unplug that. I don't think this is gonna be able to plug into anything effectively. No. Plus the other thing is that these, they're very hollow. I did do a review of this and the other couple HAROs. I don't think I ever put it out though. So there's that. But if you want to go ahead and leave this guy with a cool cannon attached to his head, by all means, it looks pretty neat and you can just poosh. You know, actually, the plug from the top of his head is over there on the desk. It fell out and it didn't want to stay on. So, guys, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to go over with this guy. It's a fairly simple kit. Maybe took an hour to put together, with painting on little details and stuff. And of course, HAROs go together like nothing. But I've already seen with the Balls for Balls contest, there's already a couple versions of this already submitted. It's a pretty versatile thing, especially if you start combining it with other HG products, even MG products, stuff like that. So yeah, of course, this is basically, if you have not got your Balls for Balls build rolling yet, or if you just haven't considered doing it, by all means, jump in. We could definitely use a lot more entries. Only have 6 so far. 6 people registered so far, and only a couple have submitted at all. And really running out of time. So today is the 15th, 14th? 15th when it comes out for you guys, but it's 14th for me. So you've got 2 weeks, roughly, to get done, if that. So not even, actually, got about 10 days. But if anybody needs an extension, by all means. But as you guys will see with the custom version I've done, it can be modified very nicely and very quickly if you actually put the time and effort into it. But that's going to be it for the review of this cool mobile HARO, guys. Make sure you give me a big old thumbs up if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Check out the Balls for Balls contest, please, even if you just buy merch or just donate to a good cause, by all means. And of course, if you want to, check out the SHOKY store and SHOKY shirts and all that, and the Patreon to help support the channel. I just put out a video yesterday about Patreon and all the things like that, and supporting creators that you like. Hopefully some people might have taken that to heart and will do that. You know, it is what it is. It absolutely goes to help create things, guys. But I'll catch you on the next review. And remember, as always, to keep on balling.